My name is Mark Cook, and I'm the owner and CEO of CSI, Central States Industrial in Springfield, Missouri. I'd say in the first year or so, the biggest challenge that Sandler helped us solve is what we needed to work on to learn, to get better at selling. And so it's not something that spikes up overnight, but you start a trajectory up a hill and you see it happening, and your team sees it happening, and other people in the company see it happening. So it's not just sales, it's not just sales management, it is project management, it's finance, it's purchasing. They see it, and they see this evolution of a more professional sales team being more effective with their time and their behaviors and their resources. So one of the things that I realized once we started understanding what Sandler could do and what it was doing for our sales team, we started sending every customer-facing department through Sandler training. So our project management team went through it, our customer service teams have gone through it, purchasing goes through it. And so it's not just sales, but everybody in the company understands the language, the ideas, the ways to talk to people. Because Sandler really is an advanced communication system. When you see a salesperson come back from a sales call and they tell you this story about something that they would have not done 6 months or a year ago. So let's say the customer says, yeah, Mark, I want you to quote on this. I really want you to quote, you got to quote. And the salesperson says, okay, but don't you already have somebody that does this work for you in the plant? Well, yeah. And aren't they already ingrained in your safety systems and your good manufacturing practices? Well, yeah. Don't they have a lot of people who like them already in the plant? Well, yeah, they do. Well, why would you need us to quote? Aren't we probably just another number for you? And so when I saw a salesperson have the guts to have that conversation, then I knew we were headed in the right direction. So that's one of those moments that you just go, yes. The customer, who could have been frustrated that we were essentially, in a very nice way, refusing to quote, understood, because the salesperson had taken him through this process of logic and we don't try to take away the fact that he's the customer. It's his decision, it's his money. He can do what he wants. It's his authority. We're not trying to attack any of that. In fact, we're trying to support it. Now, sometimes there's been pain. So this was another time when that salesperson starts asking those questions and the customer says, yes, but we've had some safety issues. Okay, well, tell me more about that. And before we had Sandler, none of those questions would get asked. We were in the dark of why we were quoting, if we should quote, if we had any chance of getting the business. I'd say with Sandler training, if you include all the support staff and the sales, we've probably trained 150 people in 12 years. My life is easier as a CEO because there's a language to talk about. There are some understandable metrics. Can you do this? Can you do this? Did you do these behaviors? And everybody in the company understands the language. So the vocabulary is so important. And it makes it easier to ask people questions. It makes it easier to hold them accountable without it being miserable, because it's just a part of life. It's not bad. It just is.